Do you want your business to grow faster? Are you open to new and out-of-the-box ways to drive revenues and increase value? How do you imagine the most successful entrepreneurs and business leaders double, triple, or expand their businesses tenfold or more? This is a weekly podcast featuring conversations with business owners, executives, and leaders as we reveal behind-the-scenes details that give you, our listeners, the confidence to pursue your own deal-driven growth. On the show, we discuss a huge variety of deals, everything from large, complex mergers and acquisitions, capital raising, joint ventures, strategic alliances, real estate, affiliate and sponsorship deals, and more, including smaller deals that you can do without significant capital. My name is Corey Kupfer, and I've been supporting deal-driven growth for businesses for over 35 years as a successful entrepreneur, professional negotiator, and attorney. My goal is to help you strategize, plan for, find, and complete deals that will help your company grow faster. Welcome to the DealQuest podcast. Let's get started. DealQuest community, I'm so excited to present a best of episode. We've been taking occasionally these best of segments from the opening questions or closing question, because there's some very cool answers to the questions we ask consistently to frame the podcast. And although in between the conversation flows with each guest as it flows, there's no format. We do open and close a certain way. Any of our listeners who've been listening for a while are aware of that. So this is some of the answers to the final question that we always ask on the podcast, which is all about my highest value, my highest ideal in life, which is freedom. And I always say that for me, that means everything from freedom for all people from oppression around the world to why I'm an entrepreneur and haven't had a boss for decades. So on this best of episode, and the answer to that question, we have coming up a number of our guests, ranging from episodes 193 all the way through 232. And you're going to hear in this order from Justin Skinner, episode 193, Denver Nowicz from episode 223, Matthew Holman from episode 228, Jeff Dekko from episode 232, Alex Jarbo from episode 200, David Bradley from episode 228, and finally, Wies Bratby from episode 215. And by the way, all of these interviews were phenomenal. So if you haven't listened to the full interview, definitely check them out. But for now, on this episode, you're going to hear their answers to the question of what freedom means to them. Here you go. Justin Skinner, episode 193.
Yeah, I think ultimate freedom to me is the ability to make decisions maybe without strings attached. Because I know sometimes if someone is tied down, whether through a sponsorship or a job or whatever, if you make a decision and someone says, not so quick, if you do that, we're taking this away, that to me might not be ultimate freedom. So to me, ultimate freedom, is just the ability to make your own decisions and be in control of your own time. So I feel like we're still very lucky. I was very lucky to be born in the United States, and I'm very grateful for that. And, I think that we'll just continue to hopefully enjoy the freedoms that we have. And, again, coming back to freedom with money does play a part in that. So we do have to figure out how to take care of our money that we've been given and blessed with, and hopefully bless others along the way too.
Denver Nowicz from episode 223.
I think it's valuing time. And so like right now I have the two kids. I pick them up from school every day and I take them to school and I'm able to spend time with them. And that, I think, whenever I'm frustrated with business and how hard it is sometimes, and I think about, again, just those little things like being able to enjoy this time with my kids in these years that are special. So that's that's what freedoms mean to me. And so that's always my driver is, being able to, the ones that sometimes it does get very reflective because there's a lot of places I'll go, whether I'm fishing or doing something else, and it's the middle of the afternoon on a Tuesday and I'm the only one there. You're looking around and man, I guess I'm pretty lucky to be able to do this. So I think the entrepreneur mindset gives me a lot of gratitude and, helps me have that discipline to keep going and because of the rewards that it can provide for sure.
Matthew Holman from episode 228.
For me, I think freedom is really understanding who you are and what you care about and the ability to go after those things in a way that respects other people. So, whether you're religious or not, or spiritual or not, whether you just want to watch baseball or play video games in your mom's basement, learn to be who you are, what makes you happy. And, I think that we can all do that in a way that respects other people. And so for me, that's what freedom is.
Let's take a break from the show for a minute so I can tell you about an incredible resource my team and I have put together for you. Secrets of Deal-Driven Growth, Creative Ways to Grow Your Business Even in Challenging Times, is a powerful ebook that helps you take DealQuest podcast episodes and apply them to your own life and business. This is the ideal tool for anyone looking for creative ways to grow as deal makers, and you can get yours now. It's as easy as heading to coreycupford.com/workbook and downloading your copy. While you're there, you can also consider joining our dynamic deal-driven community of founders, experts, small business owners, and entrepreneurs. Now back to the show. Jeff Dekko from episode 232.
Freedom for me really means, I use this term a lot, is the ability to do what I want, when I want, with whoever I want.
Yep.
That essentially to me is freedom. And I think we all have the ability to do that in some way, shape, or form. It's not necessarily tied to money, but it's tied to our ability to live life on our terms. And I think if we're talking about the topic of family business, the other important thing is to acknowledge our family members and what their definition of freedom is.
Yeah.
Because we have perhaps next generation coming in or children coming in that feel like they don't have the freedom to make the choice of whether they want to work in the family business or they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can force them on that. That is another big factor. I say in that spirit of freedom and family business, I would say respect everybody's freedom. Although you might, as a parent, as a sibling, you might think you know best for other people, it's ultimately their life. And figuring that out, asking them and allowing them to live life on their terms is very important.
Alex Jarbo from episode 200.
Yeah, it's very funny because when you first start a business, right, you're in the trenches, you're working 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week. Freedom is being able to step away from your business whenever you want and still have it run with successfully, probably even better without you. So one of the most influential indirect mentors I've had is Brian Page. Recently, Brian Page has built out a phenomenal short-term rental community. And I had the opportunity to shadow him about a month and a half ago. And they're doing very, very well. But a month and a half ago, I had the opportunity to shadow him at his office in Charleston, South Carolina. And he leaves the office at 4. It could be in the middle of a meeting. He's like, I'm wrapping up, guys. Wife's waiting for me. Gets to the office at 9, leaves at 4. And that was one thing I was telling my wife about. And she was like, that's very interesting. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble.
Right. You wait for your 4 o'clock then.
That's the biggest thing is freedom. Like you build your business, right? And then you could accidentally become a slave to your own business. So freedom is building your own business and having that business fund your lifestyle and fund some of the like giving back and everything, funding that, but also being able to step away from your business. That's true freedom is building a business that can sustain your lifestyle and build your lifestyle, but also being able to step away from it.
David Bradley from episode 228.
On my limited experience, what I say freedom means to me is the freedom to take risks and then deal with whatever happens.
Yeah.
It is extremely liberating to be in that mindset. And I'm proud to feel that way at least sometimes.
And finally, Wies Bratby from episode 215.
For me, freedom it's incredibly important. I talk a lot about money, which is weird for a hippie, right? And I talk a lot about with my clients, right? I work on this and that always surprises people. But the reason that I do it is for the exact same reason that you're now talking about, your core value. It's freedom. I want my clients to be able to make the decisions about their lives that they want to. I want them to be able to walk away from jobs that don't serve them, relationships that no longer serve them, etc. I want them to have that capacity. And based on how awesome they are, they really should be in that place. So that's what I want to help them attain. I don't care about money for money's sake. I don't care about your salary. I don't care about your comp package. I care about none of that. I don't even care about your title. I do know that the world cares about it and that it's directly linked to what you're making. And I know that people care about it also in the sense that, the impact that you can have. So in that sense, it matters. But the reason that I do the work that I do is to enable as much as I can other people, women in particular, to attain that freedom that I think everybody deserves.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of DealQuest. where we help you understand how deal-driven growth can be your ticket to freedom. I want to invite you to a unique way to tap into the wisdom and experience of the DealQuest community. The Deal Den is a place where entrepreneurs, high-level executives, and business leaders come together, support each other's growth and success, and share what's working best, as well as what challenges we are facing right now. You will get input not only from me, but from all of our members. We collaborate and serve each other. To join us, go to corykupfer.com/dealden. I'll see you there. I'm Corey Kupfer. Until next week, wishing you the freedom and financial prosperity that I know your DealQuest will bring.